with DealerSocket, they really understand what is going on in our dealership.
We can monitor and measure so many more aspects of our business.
In our case, we integrate it into the sales process from the second we get the phone call or the customer goes on the lot. That DealerSocket becomes a part of our process.
I want to monitor my floor traffic, my phone traffic, my internet traffic, and more importantly than monitoring it, what results are we getting with that, and then what are we going to do to actually overcome or improve upon it.
And it's imperative that, we get that information. We know, okay, we need to check up on this vehicle, this vehicle, this vehicle. It was in, 3 weeks ago, and make sure there's no problems. And DealerSocket will send us that information that morning.
We create the email newsletter. Some of it's stock, some of it's customized. But we use DealerSocket to create that list that's sent out to them. And we've had very good success with that. And without DealerSocket, we just couldn't do it.
But what's great with the global reporting thing is I can get onto the computer and I can truly see what activity is happening on DealerSocket.
Yeah, it is seamless accountability, and it could be scary. If you're not on your game and you're not doing what you need to be doing, especially in this kind of market and these conditions, you want to be. But there are some people that are going, oh no, now I'm going to get measured, and I don't want to be measured. Well, those people aren't making it right now either. So the good news is you have to be able to look at your scoreboard with a clear conscience and know that anybody can look at that scoreboard and know you're doing a good job, because it's ultimate accountability.
One of the biggest challenges is the tendency for sales associates to want to wait until the advertising does its job and bring people in. And one of the valuable tools that DealerSocket offers us is to give information back to those sales associates when you're having a slower day. So instead of just sitting around at their desk and waiting for something to happen, we can now give them information where they can make something happen for themselves and for the dealership.
But once they understand it and I can show them that they don't need to carry this folder around with all this customer information or carry that little tickler box where they know they're going to forget a salesperson, they're hooked.
I would say 99.9% of our sales staff is engaged and bought in and loves the tool. And if we took it away from them today, they'd be missing it and crying the blues. So,
if you're not out there seeking out ways to retain your customers and build your customer base, then chances are it's diminishing.
It's not a blanket tool. They've helped us to customize what we're doing here. We've really gotten to know them, and they know us, and it just is definitely a partnership.
The support, the reps, they return your calls, they're here, they don't sell you the product and then disappear.
The unique thing about DealerSocket and the way we look at the business is that we are poised for change at every single opportunity. What I mean by that is, from a technology perspective, from a people and a cultural perspective, as well as from an expertise perspective, we can make changes in our technology and with our dealers in a moment's notice to make sure that we're capitalizing on whatever events are affecting the dealership body at any period of time. So, what I mean by that, from a technology perspective, we are 100% software as a service, meaning we're 100% internet-based, which means that we can change and tweak technology at a moment's notice to make sure that the dealer is getting the technology they need to enable the proper business processes to happen so they drive value. The other thing is, we spent time inside of dealerships, working for free so they wouldn't fire us, doing the things that dealers do so that we could understand the business as well as we possibly could, and we continue to do that today.
There's no doubt about it. If you make the wrong decision, you just can't turn around and put in some other company or some other software. It's a culture. CRM software is a culture within the dealership. You just don't flip a switch and try something else. It took us a while to finally make the decision because we wanted to evaluate pretty much everybody that's out there, all the companies providing software, and we felt we made the right decision.
Many of our competitors, they build these tools and they build it once and try to sell it a million times. And our model is to sell it a million times, but to continue to work on the product as a work in process. And that's one thing that's an advantage of our model, being an application service provider or enabling the dealer to get to the application over the internet, is that we can make changes on the fly. We can make changes in real time, and we can make those changes so that everyone in the space has those same new upgrades constantly along the way. One of our big advantages is our ability to develop quickly and to implement those things the dealers need to help them out.
It's been a real eye-opening experience for us. The potential is really unbelievable.
DealerSocket is easy enough to use that if you're using that system, you can't help but know where you're at. And if you don't know where you're at, you're not using the system. So, which is worse?
Our sales have gone up in this particular operation have gone up about 22% this year, but our gross profit has gone up almost 150%. And I attribute that to DealerSocket because we're more in tune.
At DealerSocket, we strive every single day to make sure that every single one of our customers is a raving fan of our products and services.